Man, I was 2 minutes late going live. I apologize. Sorry, I was finishing this poem I was in the middle of writing, and I fucked up. I try and be punctual, but at least I'm not an hour and 20 minutes late like some other folks I know. But here, I'm gonna throw on some beats real quick. I was in the middle of writing something. I had like a crazy fucking dream last night, which I kind of want to talk about first and foremost. But I'm down with that. I'm gonna throw in some free beats while we listen to this shit, or while I talk about this shit. I guess that's a better way to say it. But sorry, just give me a moment. I apologize. I didn't realize. I kind of went live later than I expected, but earlier than I expected at the same time, if that's possible. I just want to find like a fucking rap list. Yeah, it's all free. 126 beats. Sounds cool. Let's see what happens. If they suck, I'll skip them. You guys got the veto. Whoever's in the audience, you got the veto if the beat sucks. So first and foremost, I kind of want to talk about this dream. I need like a cigarette. Hold on, I gotta get my life together. I really should have gotten my life together before I live streamed, but I didn't do that. I like hit live stream because I was like thinking about this shit. I'm kind of like not set up. I moved from one porch to the other. I have like two porches too, so it should be good. Fuck, did I fuck up? I didn't even have a beer too. Damn it. Alright, I'll be right back, folks. I like fucked up double. Hold on one second.
Get this beat untagged for free at freebeats.io.
I like totally left my beer inside. You gotta have a streaming beer if you're gonna stream. But yeah, so I had this like incredibly fucked up dream last night. And it was like I'll give you a little more background before I even start that story. So I'll say I grew up having night terrors since I was a baby in the crib, according to my mother. Like an infant in the crib, just having like crazy dreams and screaming and crying, having nightmares all night. As soon as I could walk, I was a sleepwalker, hardcore. I've had night terrors my whole life. I've been plagued with sleep paralysis. A lot of the fact that I like never had a good night's sleep when I was young played into me like seeking out understanding of like the mind and like how the mind works and how the spirit works and like dreams and who are we in dreams and what are we like before and after dreams and is life more real than dreams and all these things. You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about that and researching all that stuff. And so I had one of those dreams last night where it was a dream within a dream within a dream. Like I kept waking up from the dream, but elements of the dream were still true. And in this particular dream, I had unwillingly been given a shot that I didn't want, and I felt my soul, my spirit died, like in a sense. I felt like myself kind of drift away and be like gone, and I was like, I'm dead, but I'm not dead. And I was like, is this worse than being dead? You know, like. And then there was, one of the times I woke up in a dream from within a dream, I had this element where the muscles around that particular area were starting to develop necrosis. So it was starting to rot like underneath my skin. It was like a horrific dream. And like, there was like all this anguish and this pain and this like, so what do I take away from this dream as like, in 2020 and now in 2021 even more so, there's this collective consciousness like ache that's happening in the hearts and the souls of all humanity. And I feel like I kind of tapped into that last night in my dream world, and I was like, oh my god, this hurts. I woke up today and I told my babu, my lover, I was like, I don't think I've ever felt pain like that in the dream world ever. Like, I wallowed. I bellowed in pain in a way I think I've never felt. And I think that's, you know, imagine the feeling of 32 million people in America alone knowing that they have been poisoned. You know, what is that pain going to sound like? What is that anguish going to sound like? I mean, holy shit. We're in for a horrible, the Great Awakening that a lot of people prayed for is about to get real fucking messy because a lot of people have already drank the Kool-Aid. And there's going to be permanent damage from that. Like, that's going to impact our healthcare system. That's going to impact all of us for years and years and years to come. Fertility rates, many, many things. We're going to have severe side effects from this. But maybe that's all speculation, crazy ass motherfucker that doesn't know shit from Shinola. But it looks like all the shit I've been talking crazy about for the last multiple years is starting to become actual mainstream news that's being proven true. So maybe we just have to stop hiding our voice. And that's the other main takeaway I have from the stream is that if I could warn someone, like, I don't, like, in my dream too, like, because I woke up from dreams within dreams and I had many complications, like trying to express my distraught for having the fact that this had been done to me and that, like, I had been changed through this shot. What it is like, there's just going to be this incredible ache. I mean, there's just going to be an incredible ache that we can't take away. These people have been fooled. They've been deceived. And there's going to be repercussions. I really, truly believe there's going to be massive repercussions that we can't even begin to fathom the scale of. I'm kind of disturbed by all that shit. And also, if you're not hip to what's going on with the menstrual cycles of women, even women that haven't had the vampire D up in them, they still have problems with their cycles. Sometimes cycling twice a month, sometimes cycling for a whole month at a time, to the tune of thousands of women communicating about it on social media and getting shut it down. I don't know if you saw Project Veritas's video today about the rating of vaccine resilience and people being resistant to vaccines. I mean, come on, man, this is all shit we all knew, but it's all coming out. Like, we are the news now. All right, so let me read you the poem I wrote tonight, because this is what I really want to do. I mean, I wanted to get y'all together to just tell you about that dream, and then I guess this is kind of the poem that came out of the dream. I posted this on my Facebook too, so I'll probably piss off a lot of people on Facebook, but that's all right. I'm cool with it. Hashtag urgent. Hashtag breaking news. The MSM knowledge dam is cracking, breaking painfully slowly. If you ask me personally, truth is starting to creep into every workplace and living room across the nation. They tried to separate us. They have done and gone thoroughly and fucked up. Land of the freest, home of the bravest, and not because we were descended from fragile, cuckolding folks who learned to code instead of working the land, earning the title master, craftsman, or artisan. This infamous they, trying to sell their snake oil to a nation full of thoroughbred, no give-a-fuckers, and straight hustlers. Music is the most high. There is no touching her. Look at me. We are the news now. We are the music makers. Cutting edge political movers and shakers. Major motion pictures are next on the hit list of liberation. Feeding knowledge to each other through the very same tubes they have poisoned us through for generations. Post-apocalyptic problems require tried and true ancient solutions. Mighty swimmer through an ocean of mental pollution, finding my tribe in the like minds that seek true revolution. I'm lost. I'm long past doing this for me anymore. And that's the truth of it. When I did it for that, I sucked at it. over all of this bullshit. I do this in hopes that the words inspired by this very same fire I write this down by now, they came to me in the times that I needed them most, shine in these writings for generations to come. A humble man with gifts I've neglected for far, far too long. Long past it, his very last straw. Living life till my death as a god and goddess drunk dog. Om Shanti. So basically what I tried to say with that written, I could clean it up and make it say better things. I just typed that out one go, like right before I went live with this. But what I'm trying to say with that is, yeah, like I will survive as a goddamn fucking love drunk god. Love drunk dog on God. God on dog, dog on God. Yeah. Same thing, right? Love Dogs by Rumi is one of my favorite poems. I was going to try and quote it off the top of my head, but I actually want to read it right. So let me, read it right, quote unquote right. It's Persian translated to English, but let me read you Love Dogs because this is truly one of my favorite Rumi poems, and I want to share this with the internet tonight. And again, if you dig what I do, I know a lot of the Patriots and people follow me. I'm not going to give you the news. I'm not that. I'm this. I am what I am. I give you what I give you. I give you my all. I give you probably a lot more than some of those people give you from time to time. But we're all giving our all. We're all trying to, But I ain't selling you shit. Well, I am selling you shit, I guess. If you want to pay me to rap, I would love that. It'd be great to not have to fucking work for a living. I mean, I would be working on this, but it doesn't feel like working the same way of stacking pallets in a fucking factory in 90, 100-degree heat. Different feeling.
Get this beat untagged for free.
Much more casual.
Freebeats.io.
I'll find it this way. There we go. Come on. Here's the one I want. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna read you guys this poem. This is one of my favorite Rumi poems. It's called Love Dogs. One night, a man was crying, Allah, Allah. His lips grew sweet with the praising, until a cynic said, so, I have heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to that. He quit praying and fell into a confused sleep.
Get this beat untagged for free.
He dreamed he saw Kadir, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage. Why did you stop praising? Because I have never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. The grief you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the name of. Give your life to be one of them. Jalal ad-Din Rumi. Hope you enjoyed that. Love Dogs is really good. I'll tell you the other one that I really like is Bird Wings. I'll give you that one real quick. These are both pretty famous Rumi poems. Bird Wings is beautiful too. Your grief for what you have. I'm sorry, hold on, let's start again. Your grief for what you've lost lifts a mirror up to where you've bravely been working. Expecting the worst, you look and instead here's the joyful face you've been wanting to see. Your hand opens and closes, and opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, it would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small, contracting and expanding. The two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. Love that shit. So, yeah, I guess my heart wanted to share inspiration with you folks and share my fear with you folks as well. My fear is that we're about to step into a place where darkness will be a reality of a lot of our lives. And I think that we all need to stick together. We all need to hold strong. We need to all just hold together as a community and family and love and tribe. I've always been about that. I've always thought that tribe is the most important thing. Tribe is the family that I choose to be my family. I choose you all to be my family, and I want you to all just know that I'm going to keep being here for you guys until I die. So I'll keep spitting this shit, and if it helps you and encourages you in any way, that's my intention, always. Or maybe it fires you up, maybe it pisses you off, maybe it's funny, whatever it is, I'm here to entertain. And I think entertainment, I'm here to entertain your soul, your spirit, your true self. I'm here to remind you of who you are through all the forms of entertainment that I do. And I don't know what I'll become if I have the courage to actually be what I can become. And I think that's a fear for many people. I think that's a fear for most of us. Is what am I capable of becoming? How big can I actually get? And that's kind of the joke of my rap name, Gorilla. That's kind and soft. They got so big it became a threat to people. But I kind of feel like that as a poet and as an artist, because I think that I'm going to be over target. I'm gonna speak the truth. I have a lot to teach. I have a lot to share that a lot of people don't want people talking about. And it's not because it's controversial. It's just because it doesn't fit the narrative. And if it doesn't fit the narrative, then it has no place in the mainstream story. Just going back to ancient human history, or history around when the Bible was founded, and codified, the Nicene Convention. That's an interesting history lesson. Why did they pick which books go in the Bible and which books they threw out? They had about 26 to choose from. They picked 4. That's an interesting story all by itself. What those other books say, those are interesting reads all by themselves. We found most of them again, which is also cool. You have to remember that the teachings of Jesus were perverted by the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic is the state, the Roman Empire, the authoritarianism. It was trust your governors, trust your authority figure. It was ingrained in the 4 books that were hand-crafted, hand-selected, hand-translated, taught in a language nobody would understand or be able to memorize or know the teaching of. And if you did study Latin and did learn the teaching, well, you were sworn to secrecy about it. People bring up the fact that mystery schools existed because sacred schools of knowledge have to go underground, or else they are stamped out entirely. And I understand that as a proud member and a proud lineage holder of a sacred wisdom tradition. I honor that fact that in any other time and place, for me to be a person of my color, my skin, and my background, to be studying what I am studying, and what I have studied in my life, I would be persecuted. I would be put to blame and passed, because I'm never that kind of person that thinks that one book has the answers. I'm not that guy. You know, I know there's lots of people that find all the answers in one book. I find my answers in many books, and my understanding of how they all correlate. And that's just me, you know, and that's my faith. Like I said, I will never, if I were to identify as a Christian, I'm like straight up a Gnostic Christian. I understand, I believe in the gnosis, the understanding that I can know what Jesus did, the good gnosis, the good knowledge, good Gnostic, good gnosis, to know what Jesus knew. I believe that was what his teaching was, and that's what all the gurus in India's teaching has always been to all the true disciples is, hey, what I have, you can have too, if you follow these steps, if you do these things. Yeah. And people that are true to the faith, their teaching is very, very simple. Lose yourself in love. Lose yourself in the presence of the feeling of aliveness in your body existing right now, and the fact that existence is divinity. Lose yourself in the fact that everybody around you is the same I am beating inside of them, and they are just like you. They just lived a different path to this moment right here, right now. Love your brothers, love your sisters. It becomes easy if you realize truth like that. I guess I'm here to teach everything and anything under the sun. Mighty Joe, just a begotten one. What the fuck is going on? I haven't freestyled this whole goddamn broadcast. I guess it's about time. Ticking and talking, time clicking on the top of my mind. I got that punch clock. You know, I got that job. I got that 9 to 5. I got to do that shit to pay the bills, and it's coming up soon. But right now, I'm sharing everything I got with you because it feels more important than what I, quote unquote, got to do. Get it? And I think that's the big break. That's the fracturing around the very edges of society. The fact that good, hard-working people like you and me would rather be doing this than be doing what they want us to be doing complacently. I think it's all breaking. I think Democrats and Republicans are fighting for the very same things. They just forgot what they're fighting for. They forgot that we are all together, brothers and sisters here, united. We are tribal. I watched the sun rise and set with you. I will raise your child if you die before I do. And that's just my truth. Down to my very roots. And I know that I'm not alone and I'm not rare. And most people like me, they're ready and prepared. They're sick of it. We're sick of the bullshit. We're sick of being constantly misrepresented in all the mainstream media avenues that are invading our senses, from mainstream music to movies to politics, a bunch of blood-sucking critters. These people are invading our fucking minds, and they skitter like a bunch of rats and rodents when we fucking shine the light of consciousness on them, because they don't like that. They don't want it. They don't want you seeing the evil deeds that they've done, because if you saw it, you would want them hung up by a bunch of fucking strings from a million light posts, just to light it up and say, hey, don't you ever do this again to humanity, because that's such a dark scar in our history that we'll have to teach it for a millennium and more, and hope that they remember. We're living in biblical times, truly, because once every so many thousand years, people try and screw humanity over this thoroughly. And the good people, the majority, need to fight back. I'm not loud voice crying in the wilderness, hoping that they don't behead me before Jesus comes. But Jesus ain't coming to save you, nah. He already did, and he already died for our sins. Now it's up to us. We are Jesus. We are Bill Bailey. We are anonymous. But we don't need to be anonymous no more. My name's Joe fucking Davis, and I don't give a flying fuck if you try and fillet me in the public square. I'll debate you right there. Come on, I'm prepared. Cancel culture is a cancer on our culture. Swooping in like a pack of 4 dozen vultures, devouring the meat down to the fucking goddamn cracked marrow sucked out of the bones. People don't understand nature's always going to keep moving on, with or without us. Humanity is just a fucking blink in the fucking speck of consciousness. We're bigger than that, too. I've been gods that owned whole universes, and I died when the demons conquered them, and I fucking lost that fucking war, and I fell, and I regret it deep in my soul. Always in a scarred place that I can't remember because I kept it locked away in an ancient part of my genetic construct. Humanity, a bunch of gods lost in a world of manifest because we did something wrong. Maybe we're trying to atone for our sins. Maybe we're just trying to grow some food and make music, and make poetry, and celebrate our existence like we always did way back when we were living in the gardens of Eve on the tops of Mount Olympus. You remember that scene? All the gods were there. We were always dancing there. We were always never not there. That was the whole thing that kept us all together and kept us locked in the sacred space. Mighty Joe, I remember that taste. I remember it vividly. I'm there again, even when in my nightmares they backseat me and I lose my soul. In the process, I die in my dreams. And I awake and I'm still dead, and I awake and I'm still dead, and I awake and I'm still dead over and over again, over a dozen times, to the point where it terrifies me. Maybe it's real. And then I wake. It's not real. Just a dream. Or is it? Who knows anymore? What the fuck is the difference? Mighty Joe, I came to spit my shit specific, and I will be prolific, and I will be pornographic in my descriptions of the deliciousness of life here on earth. Praising the magnificence, like I said before, hat trick. Caught that shit like a goalie slap, sticking that shit from across the ice. Not talking nice, because they're not going to be nice back to me. They're going to slaughter me, try and slander me, try and demonize me. Well, I better come out the fucking gate first and say anybody talking shit about Mighty Joe don't fucking know him. And that's the truth, and it hurts. And the people that know me, well, the way they talk shit about me, it's poetic. It's cursed. It's good. Is this love? Yeah. It's love in the best way. Because it always hurts. The truth hurts. Subscribe to Bert Gummer Live. That's the Gert. Come on, let's go. That's my dude. I love Bert. Just give him a shout out randomly through that freestyle because I felt it. I got 3 people all of a sudden. That's kind of weird. Man, it's always when I'm trying to like bail out. Now I got 2 more people. All right, well, I have it up here to give you at least 1 or 2 more freestyles, and then I have to go to bed immediately, and my life will suck tomorrow. But please go back, listen, subscribe. Oh, car, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, man, I gotta get up like dumb early. I'm mad about it where I just looked at the clock, but I still have the beer that I opened, and I have a cigarette. I got a bowl. I got food when I go in there. Man, I'm just telling you. Fuck. I'll tell you through rhyme. Just give me a second. I gotta gather my thoughts. I'm gonna get mad about this shit and rap about it. Just give me a second. Last week, every week, every fucking week, please. Alright, hold on, car. I got something good cooking up in the brain here. Fresh off the top, real Mighty Joe for car. Let's go. How the fuck has been last week? How was this week? I think every person around me feels totally weakened, depleted, exhausted, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I feel the draining on me constantly because I'm trying to lift them up, and I only got so much fucking shine that I can try and rub off on everybody next to me, and eventually it starts to dull me. Oh man, I know I got my source in the fucking highest of the high. And the most high is that giant fucking eye in the sky that shines in the center of the heart of all of every single living being, breathing, fucking existing thing in the entirety of every universe that ever existed before and after this. But that's right, because when you're a poet, everything you fucking spit is just an asterisk. They'll listen to it after your death. That's when I'll get big. That's when people will actually understood. Shit. Sorry. Understood. Understand. Underthink. Oh shit. I fucked it up twice. Oh man. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Eventually they'll understand what I'm trying to expand. I'm just a humble man. I'm broken. I can only be as bright as I can be. A colorblind man with a nostril more brilliant than toucan sand. Delicious fucking canned ham. A lot of people call it spam fried up with the proper set of eggs and some nice potatoes. That shit is delicious. Put over some fucking white rice. Yeah. Come on, we can do that shit all day. All day, son. I'm breaking my gums, toothing myself on this music. Come on, let's get it ready. You like that one? Isn't it nice if you decide to come in and comment just like one comment on my YouTube channel, your name gets thrown in a rap? It's gotta feel cool. When I watch other people's YouTube channels and they mention my name, I'm like, ew, somebody who's like online right now mentioned my name. I feel special. So, yeah, at least I give you that to you guys. I rap shit. It's like more creative or something. Asshole on the internet. All right, see, yeah. Car's car. That's all right, because I've only gotten this far. And I appreciate it too, because, well, that's the voodoo. And that's the connection between you and me and you and Indy and Bert and all those other folks. We keep going around like a bunch of holy ghosts. They try and lop us off, cut one head off, and it rises like 10,000 hydras. You cannot silence us, the truth, we the people. Album 1 called Put on Notice, featuring our main MC, Dave Cares for Us. Let's go. Hey, Andy, what up? I'm supposed to be in bed and ending this, but I have people here now, so we're going to talk for a couple more minutes, I guess. And then I'll go to bed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I need speaking of squirrel cages, I'm an avid bird feeder. I'm a birder. I guess you call us birders, the people that feed birds, wild birds, whatever. But I usually am like cool with feeding the squirrels and everything. But I got like a problem with one of my feeders where the squirrels are just like emptying that shit. They're just like filling up their cheeks, running up to their nest, dumping them out. They're just like emptying that shit. So I got to invest in a squirrel-proof feeder, and I got a really good one that I'm gonna get. I got one for my dad. I asked him how it worked out. He said it works out good. So, but yeah, bird feeder problems, old man problems. But I'll tell you, that is my like relaxation. Like, I work my ass off. I want nothing more than to be like chilling in my backyard on the weekend, drinking coffee, watching my birds like eat out of my bird feeders, like and chilling, and that's life. It's good stuff. It might not sound very exciting to the young folks, but when you get there, you'll appreciate it. All right, let's give you guys another freestyle, too. Broken Bones, Mighty Joe, lost in my poems, all alone. I don't even fucking know what's going on anymore. It's like a goddamn box of Crayola crayons, and I'm a bunch of fucking colorblind motherfucker myself, locked in a box of fucking Krylon, fucking nylon, just trying to keep my smile on. Come on, pile on all the hate. Mighty Joe, never take, never hesitate, gravitate, whatever, fucking taint, taste, mate. What up, mate? I'm so fucking just on the random chat Indy. I am so fucking psyched that you got me and Lost together, man. That dude is chill as hell, man. We had a fun talk the other day. I've been like messaging back and forth with them. His beats are really, really dope. I'm really excited to work with that dude. It's gonna be fun. I feel like a weird liberation working with a Scottish rapper. It's like, well, I can't say anything too vulgar. You know? He uses the English language in a way that I could never attempt to. Like in America, you can't get away with what they just like casually say in Scotland. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, like I'm talking about that fucking goddamn bloody cunt motherfucking Scotsman. I can't even think about the goddamn shit. Oh, I can't even like imitate that accent. Like, goddamn, it's so thick. I was telling him the other day, I was like, man, that was so Scottish. I need you to say it twice. Like, it's just. But hey, I'm a North Shore fucking shit talking motherfucker from the North Shore of Boston. Lost in space. Just getting in that rapping taste with a guy from across the ocean. Rapping with that Scotsman. You know, I heard his poetry. He's talking about fucking knees down on the ground, fucking crying to God. I resonate with that shit. I feel it. I feel that I'm David fighting that goddamn army of Goliaths. I feel like I'm alone in that snake pit, surrounded by serpents. And they're trying to defile my understanding of what God is. But I stand there like Buddha did with my Dharma Chakra Mudra the moment that I understood that I needed to teach that Dharma. And I was like, hey, you can't touch this. You can't touch this. You better stay away. Mighty Joe, I'm on that same shit. And people might say, hey, it's impossible for a normal human being to understand what Jesus was trying to teach. It's impossible for a human being to understand what Buddha was trying to teach. Human beings can't understand what Muhammad. What were they? They were fucking human beings, right? Or at least that's what history taught. If I'm not capable of understanding what they taught, then what's the point of teaching it? If they didn't think that we were capable of receiving the teaching, do you think they would have ever given the effort to give you the teaching? Why did all the prophets tell you exactly the direct path to knowledge and love and light and how you can connect to everything? They all spoke it plainly. And all the churches and all the foundations and everything that was built around it said, hey, no. You don't have access to that. You got to get it through us. Have you ever stopped to question that stuff? You ever read the Bible and just the red words, just the words of Jesus? Yeah, it'll change your thought about all of it. Because basically he's saying you don't need the church for none of it. I am God. I am God's begotten son. You are my brother. You are my brethren. I stand right next to you at the dinner table. And if I am hungry, I feed you. And if you are hungry, you will feed me, because in that moment, I am the one that is needy. Fuck the goddamn greedy wolves in manskin. It's as simple as that. Every religion across the earth, in every language. And they want us to hate each other because we don't understand the different words we speak, because we're speaking a different language. One says God, one says Allah, one says Buddha, one says Muhammad. One of them is a Zoroastrian. Doesn't matter. Whatever your religion is, they're going to fucking try and pit us against each other based on our differences. I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm over it. And I'm not afraid to speak my fucking truth. If they want to censor this, I don't give a flying fucking shit. Because Facebook is the way of fucking MySpace. It's the dodo. It's the internet black hole where fucking websites go when they don't know how to adapt to the current changing circumstance. That's going to be Twitter, Google, the fucking rest of these fucking ants. We are the internet now. We are the news now. We are movies now. We are music now. We are the mood now. Hashtag mood getting in my fucking groove. Mighty Joe just being a fucking dude with a fucking goddamn testicular fortitude to stand up for what I believe in, for what I want to do, for what I believe my life and my children have the right to be able to do. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't about me. It ain't about me. I'm sorry, I didn't read none of your shit for a while. Yeah. I'll go back here. Yeah, it's fun. The body of Christ, man. I could talk about that for a second if you want. Like my thoughts on all of these things. I'll have to do like whole separate chats. I'd love like chats where I get like different people to call in, like talk about like you know religion and philosophy and all that shit. We'll get there. We'll get there together. I shouldn't even be broadcasting right now. I should be sleeping, but I'm still talking to you guys because I'm offering my body up to Christ. When I say I offer my body up to Christ, people understand that, you know, I understand what that means, and I could probably say that in a dozen languages in different ways because it means a lot of things, you know. So, like, if I were to say I offer my body up to Christ, but I could also say I make love to the music. It means the same thing. It literally means the same thing. I offer my body up to Christ. I make love to the music. There's no difference. In my mind, in my heart, in my soul, when I say those two sentences, they mean the same thing. And that's how language works. And the problem with language is you have a word, you have the understood meaning of the word that's like universal, but then you have the individual reaction to that word as it's said. And every word in your entire library of understanding has multiple layers of meaning, definition, and feeling. You know, it gets quite complex when you start to look into your own psychology. You know, there's a science of psychology, but it's a weak science because it truly doesn't actually study the mind. If you were to study the mind, you would study the action of the mind, and the action of the mind is perception. Who's the perceiver? Who's the witness? Who looks? Who's able to perceive? Who's able to understand? Who's able to digest? What is all that shit, you know? The main two problems is like, you know, in religion in general and philosophy in general, it's like, who am I, right? And who is God? Or you can boil it down into another set of problems for the atheist. So it'd be, who am I? Is there a God? If there is a God, who is God? That's basically all of spirituality in a nutshell. You know, like, is there a God? Who am I? Is there a God? If there is a God, who is God? That's the series of questions you have to understand. And your relationship to that. If there is a God, what is my relationship to what people would call God? You know? And like I said, you know, I'm more of, you know, like, I kind of like, my Swami, he worshiped Durga. And Saraswati, I come from the Saraswati lineage, so it's like a goddess worshiping lineage to some extent. But I understand what God is. I'm also really into Shiva. But from the Hindu perspective, what they would look at is they would say that like consciousness is the divine aspect or the masculine divine aspect, and creation is the feminine divine aspect. So you have consciousness and creation and the duality between the two. And if there's not consciousness there to witness creation, is there creation? Right? So it's like that's the seed that feeds or that's the sperm that feeds the seed. Consciousness is the attention or the sperm that is needed to feed the seed of creation or manifestation to witness. So without consciousness being that's aware of the beauty of creation? Is creation beautiful, or is it just hell on earth? Yeah. Well, what would it be? Because life is pretty ugly if you can't see the patterns in it and you can't see the beauty in it. You know? This is some deep shit. You guys got me going deep, man. This is like, I hope you appreciate it. I mean, I'll keep going if you guys got anything else. But, so basically, I mean, ancient religions through all of time have talked about the same core principles. There's no like set of core principles that isn't congruent when it comes to like a code of ethics or a code of humanity or what's righteous or what's right. That's congruent in every religion on earth. You know, there's this understanding of a divinity, but it has different names and archetypes, and different people pray. The way it was back in the day, maybe related to your tradition or something very specific to your craft. You're praying to this deity that's very much related to what you do. And then monotheism comes along. It's like, yeah, like it's all one God. But that's kind of really funny because polytheistic traditions have never, ever not recognized it's not all the same God. Like every polytheistic tradition on earth that I've really looked into with like devout people, they understand that like the same divinity has multiple names. Anybody who's true to it, at least, you know? And so it doesn't really matter. Like, really, we come back to the story of the Tower of Babel in the Bible, right? If we got to the point where everybody on earth spoke the same language and we could all easily communicate with each other, there would be no more war. There would be no reason for war because there would be nobody there to confuse our language, right? All language would be truth. All truth would be language. All words spoken would be truth. Like we could get to that point as a people, and if we do that, that's considered an enlightened society. The Vedas has records of humanity going through cycles of achieving and falling, and achieving and falling, and achieving and falling. And ancient histories have cycles of humanity achieving and falling, and achieving and falling, achieving and falling. You know, and if you look at astrological cycles, there's a 3,600 year cycle of a revolution of the poles and a changing of the poles. And it can be magnetically observed through the hard rock on Earth. I mean, it can be seen, it can be documented. There's a history that they're telling people in public schools, and then there's our actual story. And that's it. We are babbling from the Tower of Babel here. Mighty Joe coming live from the Tower of Babel, speaking to all of humanity for that one point where we are about to reach the heavens and connect to each other in that divinity, and hope that we could actually achieve that lasting feeling that every single person that you ever meet and every person you ever locked eyes with, iris to iris, has that same feeling of aliveness that you have inside of your uncomfortable skin, nervous and twitching. And they've probably been through a bunch of bullshit and they got their minds sticking. We're all feeling that same. But we're here to achieve greatness. Be bigger and better than that. Walk in the footsteps of giants and try and achieve leaps and bounds where their pathway ended. V, why are you not a mod? I will make V a mod just because nobody wants to be a mod. Everybody's a moderator on my channel, so you can all just block each other when you get pissed off. It's a way to just know, like, see my people. That way, if it's a troll, it's like somebody else. They're gray. I see a gray name, and I'm like, who the fuck's name is in gray? This is a blue chat channel. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, blockchain technology as a technology, it's cool and all until you figure out how to hack the code, because it's still an algorithm, right? Oh, I gave him a wrench. Don't you worry, you got one. Everybody gets a wrench around here. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. Yeah, whatever. I mean, shit. I only got one wrench. I'm only a wrench on Bert's channel. That's my only wrench, personally. Shit, I ain't even a wrench on my own channel. Probably. I love how 6 people are here right now. It's fucking incredible. Like, why the hell are you all hanging out with me right now? That's cool. Let's talk about life. Let's get it. Let's get in it. I got one. Oh, yeah. Are you? So see, yeah. See, I gave you your first wrench. Bart gave me my first wrench. So I'm in the same boat as you, Car. Oh, yeah. Well, you are a mighty wrench on my channel. All the wrenches on my channel are mighty, because this is the real Mighty Joe, and I like to spit my flows. I'm that king wearing no clothes, and I don't want you to pretend that I'm wearing any goddamn piece of garment. That's a right, because I'm a dirty varmint. But I'm as magnificent as a raw piece of garnet. Holy shit, who the fuck even started this? I'm lost. But at the same time, I'm Artemis. Tony Stark in this iron suit protecting my skin. Mighty villain. Penicillin. I don't even take that shit. I just eat lots of fruits and vegetables and exercise and take nice deep breaths in. And I focus on having nice, clean, complete exhalations. Keep that respiration. Because as long as you keep breathing in and breathing out, you're not dead. That's the most basic principle of life. If you really think about it, you can last months without food, a week without water, even more, minutes without breath. Are you breathing? Check your breath. Nice deep breath in. Relax your shoulders a little bit. Exhale that shit. You can do that anytime you want. Why isn't that taught in public school systems? One of the best things you can do to relax your nervous system. Dude, that Veritas shit today was fucking dope too. Not Veritas, the Project Veritas shit today. I don't know if anybody checked that out, but that was like fucking got him by the balls, man. With those V-card fucking omitting. I love that, like, so, like, this is, like, the real feeling of, like, coming home to it, is you guys are, like, having, like, more fun in my chat than my video is, probably, which is even better. Like, I saw people, like, having a field day in my chat the other day, and I was like, that's when you start to get there. They're here for each other. Like, and I'm just here as a shepherd, just here to provide background noise for you guys to hang out with each other and continue this revolution on, man. It's just a digital coffee shop, just a cosmic stop in the land of the nod. Shit, I should be nodding off, but I'm not done yet. I still got about 15 minutes. That is like my mojo. I'm like, I want to do hour-long videos, and they're always like an hour and 10 minutes. I'm just such a showman. I can't help myself. Yeah, you should be taught those things. Absolutely. I mean, when I first learned speaking of unspecified beat response to my rap there, we should be taught those things. What I would say is, like, when I first started taking yoga and meditation and learned those important lessons, I was like, holy shit, why was I never taught this? Like, how to take a nice, good, deep breath in and a nice, good, deep breath out. Like, Why was I never taught that very simple tool? And if you've never been taught that simple tool, I'll teach you right now. So let's all sit back. Whatever you are, comfortable chair, lay down, no matter where you are, sitting, standing. You could be in the middle of moving, shopping in the grocery store, listening to me. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. You're going to pay attention to your diaphragm. So the muscle that connects to the bottom of your rib cage expands across like a sheet. And every time you inhale, that muscle pulls down like a bowl towards your navel. And your lungs expand, fill with breath. Every time you exhale, that muscle lifts more like a dome towards your heart. It squeezes the lungs smaller, pushes the breath out. And so the only way, or the easiest way to expand your breath is to just think about that muscle, really tune into the range of motion of that muscle. So naturally, while we're just sitting here, relaxed, just chilling, and you're breathing in, when you get to the top of your breath, just think about that muscle and just pull the diaphragm down a little deeper towards your navel. Pull just a little bit more breath. And then naturally, when you're exhaling and when you feel like you're done exhaling, just try and lift that diaphragm up a little higher towards your heart. Try and squeeze just a little bit more breath out. And do that with each breath. Just growing the breath on each end a little bit, breath by breath. Every inhale, pull just a little more breath in. Every exhale, push just a little more breath out. And if you do this over the course of about 10 breaths or so, you'll be getting your nice, full, natural lung capacity breath in. You'll be breathing nice, full, deep breaths in. And why was I never taught that until I was 18 or 19 years old and I paid some lady $5 to learn it in some lady's basement in a yoga class? I don't know. And that'll always be a life mystery to me. But I think it's something everybody should know how to do. And if you didn't know how to do that, I hope you know how to do it now. If you have questions, contact me. I'll help you. I want everybody to be able to take nice deep breaths in. And it comes down to the same thing when it comes to diet, just basic forms of exercise and what's healthy, what's not. You know, it's insane. You know, anybody who's actually spent any time researching this stuff and understanding this stuff and understanding the true science behind this stuff. When you look at people bark the word science in the public square, often what they're going to regurgitate right after they say science with exclamation points is not going to be science. It's going to be an opinion of a scientist. And there's going to be lots of scientists that disagree with that. And science must be fluid in order to be science as an art. And you know, as somebody who studied yoga and Ayurveda, which is yoga is the science of spirit or the soul. Ayurveda is the science of medicine and longevity. You know, Sanskrit, the science of harmony. I believe in science. I believe in precise thinking, analytical mentality. What people tout as a scientific method is just one aspect of science. Science must always be fluid. There is no concrete answers. If you come to an answer that's absolute, you no longer are talking about science. You now become doctrine, dogma, religion, by definition, in the English language. But they're changing the definition of words faster than people are learning the meaning of the words that they speak. And that's dangerous to me more than anything. And that's why I think Sanskrit is one of the most profound things that I ever learned. I haven't learned Sanskrit, but I know of Sanskrit. I'm like a fourth grader in Sanskrit. But it's a bridge language. It stands past time. You can take any language and put it into it, and it's understandable. You know? And English is such a fluid language, especially the way that we speak it in the USA, that they're changing definitions by the day to fit their criteria and their political agenda, and it's dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. And when I say words like it's extremely dangerous and 100 years ago what I said would mean the same thing, that's what scares me. If you can read me right now, like, more power to you, bro. I'm like in like a damn shadow. I don't even have my light on at my porch. I'm like, whoever the hell is watching me is literally like watching a black fucking face in the shadows rap. Like, I'm not even like a human over here. I just poured beer on my ass. It's made my butt wet. Hey, I just made my butt wet. Are we still in the cut yet? Mighty Joe, god damn it. 12:37 in the morning. You gotta get to bed. What the fuck is wrong with you? We gotta get back to work and work 12 hours, stacking fucking pallets, being a goddamn mindless robot just for a fucking paycheck so you can pay the bills, so you can try and live and exist. And when you get home, and when you start feeling loose, and you get on the internet and you start feeling free and speaking like this, then you got to start questioning yourself, being like, God damn it, what am I doing? Am I wasting my time? Am I being up too late because now I'm going to be tired while I'm slaving away in that goddamn job that doesn't pay me right? Oh, God damn it, I know. You're all right. They got these Democrats and Republicans fighting against each other. The one thing the Democrats are right on is there's a problem in the entirety of the labor sector. They're not paid right. They're not respected right. A dollar's worth a fucking nickel of what a fucking dad's was. And that's the real problem about all of it. 36 years old. Can't even qualify for a fucking loan to own a home. What the fuck's going on? Same shit, different day for all of us, I guess. Unless I want a 36% loan, then they're more than willing to give that shit. It's a fucking goddamn dirty hat trick asterisk at the end of the fucking goddamn caption. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. Mighty Joe, I'm getting so fucking tired. I need to lay down and eat some tacos. I need to fucking go to bed. Fuck's wrong with me? Never happy. Never satisfied. Always pissed off. And damn, that's my I can get. I'm 136. That's actually as bad, dude, I think. Alright, love you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I do have to go to bed because I have to work obnoxiously early in the morning. I have to be in work at 6 a.m.
Get this
It's 12:39 a.m. here, so I'm staying up late to give you my soul. I hope you appreciate it. Love you guys. Bye.